or closed-circuit television manages to be our eyes when we can't be there to watch things all the time. CCTV has been helpful in solving issues like theft and trespassing. But sometimes what is captured on film is anything but peaceful. Here are 10 creepy events caught on CCTV. Yosemite Nightcrawler. A retired couple living in Yosemite, California were dealing with the issue of break-ins, so they decided to set up surveillance cameras to document any sketchy activity. They ended up getting the scare of their life after capturing two figures that seemed to have elongated legs and no arms moving slowly down the road. One of the figures is upright while the other seems to be crawling on the ground. Of course, with any remarkably creepy video as this, people will blame CGI and call it fake. But it's still pretty chilling to see such a weird pair just walking down the street. Supermarket possession. In May of 2016, surveillance footage from a supermarket shows a woman who dropped to her knees and started letting out a blood-curdling scream, claiming she was possessed by demons. Before the incident, something fell off a shelf from behind the woman. When she turned around to pick it up, she dropped all of her things and started screaming, much to the horror of the shoppers around her. The behavior of the woman seems to be classic demonic possession, as shoppers around the area try to offer their assistance despite being terrified and confused. The Screaming Ghost. On September 14, 2003, at a Wingate Hotel in Illinois, the front desk was getting calls from guests complaining of a scream that they were hearing from room 209 on the second floor. On the CCTV footage, which features multiple cameras, screams can be heard coming from the room as a member of the hotel staff went to check on the problem. Upon entering the room, the carpet was ripped up and the shower was on with no one inside. Also, once the door was opened, a shadowy figure seems to leave the room as the staff person goes in. Hit and run. On May 23, 2012, a strange dark shadow is seen crossing the aisle of a parking lot as a car speedily approaches. Even though the shadow dissipates, the driver of the car saw what happened and even got out of his vehicle to check out the situation, thinking that they probably hit someone. However, there is no one there. The CCTV footage made waves on the internet, shedding light on Malaysian ghost stories as people tried to figure out what happened, but to no avail. Girl in the red dress. On May 11, 2015 in Taiwan, CCTV captured footage of a man returning to his bike on a rainy night. If you look behind the van throughout the clip, a little girl with a red dress materializes. She seems to come out of nowhere, which is odd for a child to be by herself. There is an urban legend in Taiwan called the Tagalong that includes a creepy girl in a red dress, and the legend even inspired a movie by the same name. Brookside Theatre. In July of 2014, medium Roy Roberts was holding an event at the Brookside Theatre in Romford, Sussex, England. Several hours later, after the show was over, around 4 a.m., the theater's CCTV captured video of what seems to be a chair moving completely by itself. The owner of the theater noticed the chair was not in its usual place, so she checked the CCTV footage to see what happened and was shocked over the results. The theater used to be a World War II memorial building and later a senior citizen community center before it was converted into a theater, where volunteers experienced lots of weird things, like a child's footprint appearing on the floor, as well as seeing apparitions of a figure. Mr. Roberts was thrilled over the footage and plans on returning with a paranormal investigation team for further research. Ghost or time traveler. In April of 2016, CCTV footage was released on the YouTube channel UFO Mania. The footage shows a hooded figure walking into a closed shop while two homeless people sleep in the background. The crazy part about the figure is, though, that it walks through the closed doors, while the date flips back and forth from 2016 to 2019, and the lights flicker inside of the shop. The figure returns outside and things seem to go back to normal. The homeless people don't even wake up, causing a lot of speculation on the legitimacy of the footage, but it's creepy nonetheless. Creepy clowns. In Jacksonville, Florida, in October 2014, people in a Springfield neighborhood were horrified when a crew of people dressed as clowns made their way through the area. Captured on CCTV, clowns were seen destroying pumpkins, staring directly into cameras, and one even putting their finger to their mouth in a gesture to shush the viewers from screaming or calling the cops. There was technically no harm done, but some people found the prank funny or extremely creepy since not a word was spoken and you couldn't see their faces. Burglar over baby. In April of 2014, 18-year-old Christopher Gomez broke into the home of the Lee family through an unlocked window on their first floor. The house had CCTV cameras throughout the home, but with one directly pointed at the couple's 2-year-old son. The chilling part about the incident was that Gomez hovered over the 2-year-old in his crib for several minutes before continuing to rob the house, eventually leaving with a laptop. Granted, this was just a home robbery, but had Gomez had evil intentions, the baby could have easily been kidnapped or harmed. He was eventually arrested and charged with robbery. Elisa Lam. Elisa Lam made national news after she was found dead in the water tank of the Cecil Hotel, where her body stayed for weeks in February of 2013. Circumstances surrounding her death were mysterious, especially after CCTV footage was released of her exhibiting some really odd behavior in the hotel's elevator. In the video, Elisa can be seen acting strangely, and even the mechanics of the elevator were off, with the door closing and opening repeatedly. Some believe that the footage is proof that Elisa was possessed by a demonic spirit, while others say it was a classic example of mental illness and a malfunctioning elevator. Thank you for watching.